Okay, strip tubbers, this time we're going to go from one of these potato chip containers to this one, which is the same container but with papier-mâché. And this papier-mâché that I've applied is a normal papier-mâché. I've also applied papier-mâché to the lid, but I'm still drying the lid. So, once I have this dry, what I'm going to do is give it 1 or 2 coats of white paint. Okay, now that the paint has dried, what I'm going to do is decorate it with this napkin that has these little birds. And there are 2 that, well, I cut one that came out smaller, so what I'm going to do is put the larger one in case it doesn't cover it with the smaller one, so the larger one will cover it here. So, I have some paper glue here and what I'm going to do is put some glue on, well, on the part where I'm going to put the napkin like this. Then I'm going to remove the back part of the napkin, the part that doesn't have a design. As you know, napkins have 3 layers. We'll remove the layer that doesn't have a design and then we'll glue it. So, we'll place our container like this. Okay, I'm going to do the same with the lid, except that the lid isn't as big. So, I'm going to cover as much of the birds as I can and, well, the rest as much as I can. Okay, once we have this like this, I have these paper tubes and I'm going to glue them together with glue here, here, here. I'm going to glue it here in this part. It looks like this, as you can see. Okay, now what I'm doing is putting a strip of paper all along the edge of the top part and I'm also going to put another one along the edge of the bottom part of this. But as you can see, I covered it first so that I don't put this strip of paper on top of where it's going to be covered. That's for marking. Okay, this time I'm recycling a potato chip container and I've put papier-mâché here at the bottom and, well, I'm gluing these paper braids to it. I've already reached this point. I'm doing it, well, I started. What happens is that the piece of video where that part was has gotten damaged. So, well, I'm showing it to you and I'm going to continue. I've already reached this point here. So, once I get to this point, I try to put the braids on top of each other a little bit so that the whole can is covered. And, well, I just keep going like this. I haven't put the whole thing on because it's not worth it because if we're going to put braids like this, the papier-mâché would be useless. I've put a little bit on the bottom just so I can paint. And we're going to place our braids in this way until we get to the top. I started from the top down, but you can start from the bottom up. Excuse me, I started from the bottom up, but you can start from the top down. Okay, once I have this covered, I have these two pieces of braid here. I cut them to be the same. Well, more or less, there's a little bit more length. So, what I'm going to do is glue them together like this, both of them. So, I'm going to glue this together with hot silicone in this way. We're going to put enough hot silicone on and we're going to place. Well, first I'm going to place it on this piece here where it ends to cover it. Okay, after I have this all glued together, I have a mixture of homemade paste and glue here, and what I'm going to do is put this mixture on this piece. Well, on this. Okay, and once this has dried, I'm going to give it a coat of white paint. I'm going to give it a patina, but first, as you know, we're going to give it a coat of white paint to apply the patina. Okay, once this has dried, the white paint has dried, I have a natural sienna patina here and I'm going to give it I'm going to give it this patina. As you know, we apply the patina and then remove it. This is an oil patina, but if you don't have patina, you can make it using oil paint and furniture polish or shoe polish or turpentine. You can also use plain water. Okay, this patina is very light, so I'm going to give it a few touches of red so that it penetrates well and stays on better. I like it a little darker like this. And the mixture above all. Okay, StripTuber, this is how our basket turned out. Then I gave it a little more burnt umber and it turned out like this because it was coming out very light. Okay, this needs to be cleaned inside and you can use it, for example, as a vase, but you can also put flowers here outside as decoration. Which one do you like best? Let me know in the comments. Okay, this time we're going to reuse the same container. I've used easy papier-mâché, but you can use regular papier-mâché. I've used easy papier-mâché, that's why it's easy. And what we're going to do is reuse eggshells. So for this I haven't broken the shells, but I'm going to put glue on the container like this and then I'm going to break up this eggshell on top. Okay, once this has dried, I've also covered the lid. I've applied papier-mâché, and you have to check that it closes. And once you have it like this, what you're going to do is give it a coat of white paint. Okay, after this has dried, I'm going to give it a patina, an old blue patina. So, this is a water-based patina, so I'm going to apply it and remove it immediately. So, I'm going to put a napkin on this. Where I'm going to put the napkin, I'm going to remove it more intensely because I want it to be very clear. So, that's the part where I'm going to apply it first and remove it first. After we have this like this, I have this napkin here, which is the one I'm going to put here of this little bird, as you can see, and I'm going to glue it with paper. I've looked for the part that is whiter, which is this one. So, this is where I'm going to glue the napkin. With glue. Sorry, glue for paper. So, I simply apply the glue like this and then I place the napkin, gluing it and brushing it from the inside out so that it doesn't wrinkle or so that it wrinkles as little as possible.
StripTubers, we have finished our work for today. As you can see, these are 3 very easy, beautiful, and decorative ideas, and also very useful. They are all very useful. And I would like to know which is your favorite idea. Thank you very much for having made it to this part, the end. Remember to give me a like, share the video with at least 5